Good morning, folks. Right, acrylic. I did one yesterday, if you've seen it. It looked very pastelish and it was quite dark, but it was good exercise. But for this one, I'm going to paint it as the normal colours, like the oil paints, the portrait format. Ones I did with the blue and the white sky, or cloud sky, with some landscape below, mixed with the three primaries to get that landscape. So we'll see how we go. We've got cadmium red, ultramarine, burnt sienna, a yellow, and yellow ochre. The Payne's grey is a standalone colour. Well, it's not a colour really, it's just almost black, isn't it? Right, so let's see what we can do with this one in acrylic. I've not pinned this or clipped this to the board. I want it to expand. It's a piece of a 15-11-inch sheet of Fabriano £130 practice paper, but once you've covered it with acrylic, that's its own primer. So you don't need to prime it first. Well, you can if you want. Now let's just move that around a bit. It's a bit precarious, this setup. The palette is too heavy to go on my John Herring easel, the metal one. So I've moved everything over to the left a bit, so you can see the mixing and so on. I've just got this taped to the board, one little bit of tape, so a bit of water, and we're going with the ultramarine, a bit of white, too blue. So we just go over it. And we can paint the white on, the white clouds. Let's come down here. It's good to change your method. There's some watercolours and they stay with it. Oil painting, do the same with that. I flip between acrylic and oil and watercolour. Jack of all trades, master of none. That's me. Right, so we come down just a little bit lower than that horizon. Okay. Right, that's sort of covered, and the paper is expanding as we knew it would. I'll pull that a little bit tight and just put a bit of tape on the bottom, just to stop the paper from actually moving. Pull that tight, just do that. That should do, and we'll scumble over this. Right, okay. Now that's almost dry now. So we clean the brush, shake it out, and get some whites. Take your clouds off well, I'll tell you myself really. It's a day like today, we've got clouds out of my loft windows. that are very similar to that. Just cover a little bit of that. Oh, it's good fun, isn't it? I had to drop my wife off up there, an optician, one of the lenses come out of the glasses, so I have been out. Alright, let's just thicken that up a little bit there. I'm looking forward to the bit where I put the landscape in. Alright, well that's not bad, Sky. Oh, happy dogs. Okay, well that should do for that. Right, now I'll change the brush to my... I don't know, no, I've missed a bit here. Bit there. Okay, put that in the drink. No, I'm going to use a this brush here. It needs to be a bigger one than that. Quite a bigger one. Well, yeah. Those two are the same. There we go. There, on there. No, well, we'll use these brushes. Right, bit of landscape now. So blue, red, yellow. See how loose the paint is? It's been in the palette overnight. So we just have these colours here, dark here. And as that dries, I can refine it. A bit of Payne's grey, I think, just to use it up. Just feather touch. Joy with this sort of paint is that it dries very quick, which is good. So try and get some different shapes in the trees. A bit of air coming through if you can, or if I can. Right. So you've got a nice contrast between the sky, the dark of the landscape or the trees, and the blue white contrasting as well. It's a bit of sienna, why not? A bit of red, a bit of sienna. Now we can use whatever paints we want, whatever colours. Okay, so that's going. See how that contrasts strongly with this landscape. Dry the brush, or clean the brush. If you haven't tried acrylic paint, it's worth getting just several colours. You don't have to spend a lot of money on them, but just paint straight on the paper. Now we want some nice light green now, so we'll use a bit of that. Not light enough. Just coming down a sort of a cliff. there. Right, let's fill the gaps in. Got a bit of white in that. Oh, it's just turned that into a rock. Because when I did the one titled From the Warren to Dover. Now, the Warren is in the cliffs of Dover, the White Cliffs of Dover, Folkestone. Incredibly lovely part of the coast, and you can walk. But although I put all these trees in, but I was just making a painting, not copying a photograph. Get some of that dark in. No, I don't like that bit there. And you can walk along, there are footpaths, or you can walk along the beach and then go right up into the high cliffs. But it's a bit daunting for those that aren't too fit. But it's a gorgeous place. It takes about a couple of hours to do gently. We've done it several times over the years. Not for a long time though. That's when we used to camp there a lot. So we want just a bit of texture. Look. Don't have to fill all the holes. But look, I like that burnt sienna. Right, let's get a bit of nice greenery in here. Just blot out some of that. I'll catch a little bit of light. I've concentrated more on one side than the other. So all the grasses and brambles. Well, there we are. That's another one. Great, didn't take long, did it? Maybe I'll strengthen those clouds a bit now. Right, remember when you clean your brushes that there's a gap between the bristles and the handle, and that fills with water. If you're not careful, so you start painting and all of a sudden the water runs out, and then you say some naughty words. Right, okay, let's get a nice bit of texture. Here we don't say, we say texture. Once you use this paint up on this one, before going back to probably watercolour later or tomorrow, because I know got a bit of light in there. Now pretty soon you can look, you can scumble over the over the trees. No, that shouldn't have happened, but it did. So I'll put a bigger tree in there. This is not a particularly nice yellow. Well, I don't think so anyway. get that one a bit higher. Right, I'm going to let that go. I quite like this picture about that bit there. Or maybe I'll just set the chair up a bit higher, why not? My tree. Oh, just reinforcing those. That'll do that. We've got a bit higher than I wanted to go, but right, let's take that off. Oh, I had to stick it up. So it wouldn't move on. My board slide is about 15 degrees and I didn't want it to, put it. You can see my studio at the moment. I've just got there's plenty of room. It's a large room. It's a loft room. Actually, we've got a toilet and a shower. But the last part is given over to me. But there's an ironing board and an area for the ironing, of course. But I've got so many paintings here, and I've got thousands. Well, let's see if I can just zoom me around a bit. That's me these. No, it's too difficult. Well, I don't really want to take the camera off the boom because it's a bit tricky trying to sort of fix it back again. So I'm really waiting for this to dry a little bit so that I can put a mount on it. Well, I'll put a mount on it anyway. It's a big mount. It just about fits it up. Let's just come out of that. Oh, I can't. No, that's about as far as I can go with that. It's on its. Well, you get the idea. My mic stand is. I can't make it any higher than that because the mount is so quite big. Well, let's try. Let's see. I don't want it to fall off the top, and I'll lose my camera. Yeah, just about. So there we are. It's that the walk from the Warren. It's called Warren because there are loads of rabbits, and the campsite. But a lot of it, or one end of the campsite, has gone down the cliff a bit. It's a landslide. There's also a railway behind there. It links up Dover to Folkestone to Dover. I might even scumble over that because it's not set in stone. I think I will, yeah, I think I will just do a bit more. Use one of my rough brushes. Yeah, that's right. One of my rough brushes, that one, and just do a little bit of texture. Oops. Just give it a bit of character. Now, one of my young ladies remarked on the one yesterday that about the texturing in the semi-abstract one. So I like a bit of this. just by adding a bit of texture, you can completely change the mood of this painting. By adding a bit of colour to that white, a bit of burnt sienna, get a nice sort of ready feel. Oh. Texture, it's all about texture, not about painting exact, it's about just adding bits of texture, this illusion of detail, make it look as if there's something there that you haven't painted, or at least you haven't made a portrait of. That's still a bit wet. Just feather that a little bit. Bring some air into the painting. Imagine a sort of footpath there. I'm not going to put figures in. Right, okay, well, that's it. That is it. Put the mount back on. The mount. Well, that's about the best I can do there with that mount. Just come back a bit. There we go. So another one. It's the contrast that make these pictures. Not what I've done. It's just the dark against the light, and the blue. And I'm looking out at the clouds, but the clouds have got slightly grey underneath. But I don't want to do that. I don't put that in. It is a sketch after all. So I hope you like that one, folks. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.